This episode is sponsored by Salt Spring Coffee.
Hello.
I love your jacket.
Thank you. I felt like we did an overview episode of Newtopia Now where we were in all black, and I felt so dour, and it was not on trend with Newtopia Now and everything it stands for. And so I decided to change that.
Well, you did it. Done. Accomplished.
Done.
This is The Naturalist. In every episode, we're covering the products, ideas, and trends that are shaping the CPG industry.
Or that we just really like.
Our part 2 of trends. Newtopia Now trends. We couldn't have just one trends episode.
No,
have
we
you
couldn't.
met us?
I feel like we could have several trends episodes. In fact, earlier I was telling my husband, like, if you need to come back into the office, because he works right there. If you need to come back into the office,
literally
while we're
there.
Right
if
there.
You're not watching, he's right there. We
Right
can
there.
see Juan Carlos's elbow.
Well, I kicked him out to record this. And I said, if you need to come back in, just wait until we stop talking, wait for a pause, and then you can come in. He was like, have you heard, you and Jessica? There are no pauses.
There are no pauses. The only pause would come if we were like trying to look something up, like the ingredients in sour cream and onion flavoring. But
But we're not talking about that today. We're talking about beauty. We're talking about supplements, personal care. What do you want to start with?
well, I want to start with the Glow neighborhood of
Yes.
Newtopia Now, because Glow is such a special destination within Newtopia Now, because not only is it about conscious beauty, but it's also about wellness and just this overall push towards more of this integration between beauty, wellness, women's health. And I think that really is the future of the category, whatever category that is that we're talking about, because it's not just beauty. It's not just topical beauty products. That's why we have Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, who's going to be our keynote in the Glow neighborhood, because she talks all about women's health and protein and building muscle and mental resilience. And I just love this movement that the whole beauty space is kind of transforming. And you can see that in stores from Ulta and Sephora to Target to independent retailers that are displaying products and bringing in new products that represent a different kind of approach to beauty that really starts on the inside. And I think that that's really important. And that means many things, of course. So Glow is going to be a fabulous place at Newtopia Now. Does Adrienne agree? Oh, you froze.
I agree.
You froze.
I was frozen for a little while, and I came back right when you said, does Adrienne agree? Am I back?
You're back.
Okay. I agree. No, I'm super excited. Last year, I discovered so many cool products in Glow. And I'm really looking forward to some of the ones that I've already seen that are going to be on the show floor, and some of the ones that I'm sure are yet to be discovered. Have you heard about this one called Zizia Botanicals or Zizia?
I have not. Tell me.
Well, they have this product that is called an unscented all balm. And it just makes me think of that trend towards kind of multifunctional, stripped down beauty products, unscented. It's just really basic. It's a balm. You can use it for your lips, for your hands, for your body. It's just jojoba, aloe, calendula, all those really great moisturizing, hydrating products. And I just love that it's like, you can get it in a tube, in a stick, in a jar, use it on everything. It really feels like a now kind of product.
And that's definitely one of the trends that I wanted to call out. And thank you, Adrienne. You did a wonderful job of describing that and all of the things about it that I do think are really on trend right now. The simplicity. And we certainly talked about that in the food and beverage space of clean ingredients, fewer ingredients. And we're seeing a lot of that in beauty. I am interested in this unscented, like the Unscented Company is another company that we featured that has a lotion bar that I believe is plastic-free packaging.
It is. It actually won a Nexty this year for its packaging.
And it's
for
as simple. If you were to kind of deconstruct the CPG industry, this is such a simple product. And it also uses palm oil, which is interesting and important to note that palm oil can be sourced responsibly, and that they're making sure that they're partnering with the Roundtable for Sustainable Palm Oil to tell that story and to ensure transparent practices in their sourcing. So they've really simplified what they offer and streamlined and done it the right way. And I love that. And I personally am a big unscented beauty product person because even natural fragrances can contain a lot of ingredients that you don't always have to put on the label. So by taking the fragrance out of it, you eliminate some of those questionable ingredients.
Yeah, absolutely. I love unscented products too. Another one that I really like is, I know you like to say this, Hello Aloe from Sunny Maid.
I do.
And it's, again, really capturing that back to basics, simple idea. It's plastic-free lip balm. So it comes in this little cardboard tube. It's just like a really clean, wonderful lip balm. Shea oil, cocoa butter, eucalyptus essential oil. And yeah, what's not to love, right?
What's not to love? I know, it's true. It's perfect. And and you'll see more of those types of products throughout the neighborhoods. And overall, like the clean ingredient trend there, the clean product trend, we will see more of the plastic-free, waterless products and overall sustainability and good for skin, planet, health, all of the things. So we love that.
Another trend that we had talked about in food and, now I'm going to say beverage, but really just food that we're seeing in personal care is tallow. What can you tell me about tallow in beauty?
Isn't it cool? I think this is like we're seeing more of these parallel trends across categories than we've seen in a long time. And there's a lot of inspiration being pulled from the food space for beauty and vice versa. Tallow is just a really nourishing ingredient. And we've been seeing it, like you said, pop up more and more in beauty products. There's a couple cool companies that will be exhibiting at Newtopia. One is My Neighbor's Tallow. Blue Moon Tallow Face Balm is the product that we featured, and it's just super rich in this nourishing ingredient, and then complements that with jojoba oil, rosehip oil, vitamin E, and I think this product also uses blue tansy, which is an essential oil in this form, an essential oil that can be nourishing for the skin. Then we have Moo Elixir, which we love this company too. Their body butter product is sourcing tallow from grass-fed, grass-finished, and ethically raised Colorado cows. So there are neighbors here in Colorado and represent in Colorado at Newtopia Now in Denver. And I think it's fun too that these companies are really playing up that ingredient and again showing that animal products can be ethically sourced. And people maybe have a hard time wrapping their head around tallow, putting tallow on your skin, but it really is such a key nourishing ingredient. So I like it.
And I love that both of those brands talk about that. You mentioned it with Moo Elixir, the 100% grass-fed, grass-finished. So I love that they're not just giving us the ingredients of the product, but they're also giving us the sourcing. So really important, very cool.
And you have to remember that just because you're not consuming it, you're still using this product. You're still supporting this company. And so any beauty company should be giving you that same level of confidence that you have in a food product in the topical products, because they're still creating, a whole system of sourcing. And, it can either be done right or not so much. So absolutely, these companies tout their good efforts there, which is great.
Hi guys, I am such a coffee lover and I'm always looking for my next great cup of joe. Salt Spring Coffee is one of those companies that is delivering. It's a Canadian trailblazer and ethical, high-quality coffee. Founded in 1996 on Salt Spring Island, their mission was clear: bring organic and fair trade coffee to their local community. Now, nearly 30 years later, they've grown beyond sustainability, launching Canada's first regenerative organic certified coffee, now available across the US and Canada at select retailers like Sprouts, Hagen, and Whole Foods. They're truly helping reshape the coffee industry, one cup at a time.
I just wanted to give one more shout out to a personal care product, which I think they're really new to market. It's called the Bump Serum.
Oh, yes.
It's a really cool founder story. So Charles Johnson, he's an entrepreneur. He apparently developed this serum for himself 10 years ago, because I didn't know this, but apparently men of color, different hair types, the shaving I don't even know how to talk about men's shaving, but hair follicles, typical shaving products out there are not designed for them. So razor bumps are a huge problem. And so he developed this product for himself, the serum, and then was able to bring it to market. And I think it's just launching now. And it's really cool because it's a 3-part shaving system. So it's a shave gel, aftershave, and a sealant moisturizer, all designed for the skin of men with color. So really cool product. I'm excited to meet him in person. We have a great article about him on newhope.com right now.
Yeah, I like what he's doing so much. Great piece on New Hope, and ties to this overall shift of the beauty industry around being more inclusive, whether that be in catering to the unique needs of certain demographics, like what you described there, or, it can be colors that are offered in skincare or makeup products, but making sure that that's done in a more sustainable and cleaner way too, because we've seen some of that happening from the mainstream beauty industry, which is great, but we have to remember that that's also exposing people to a lot of unnecessary chemicals. And there's been a ton of research around how different populations are being exposed disproportionately to chemicals, whether that be in their beauty products or their cleaning products or foods and beverages. So making sure that we have all products crafted for all populations and making them accessible and addressing the unique needs of everyone is really, really important. So we love to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. Can we shift to talk a little bit about supplements? Because I was just thinking of that shaving kit. It made me think of Momentous and their 3-product bundle. So this is a company that, I know that this is a trend we've been seeing a lot in supplements, is that bundling, that like creating systems for people, making it easy to figure out which products they need and when. So this is their best seller. It's called the Momentous 3. And it's their protein, creatine, omega-3s. And they're like, this is it. Like, take this every day. Here are the 3 products you need. You buy them all together and one and done, which I think is a really cool. There's just so much out there. It's really nice to make it easy for people.
I completely agree with you. And for these particular areas of focus, or these conditions or goals, like, it's about longevity, it's about performance. I think a product like this really represents healthspan in its many forms, because they position their benefits as being about enhanced muscle and cognitive performance. So to me, this is what healthspan is all about. It's living your best life and performing at a high level, both physically and mentally. And so this unique combination of ingredients and benefits, I think, represents the future of the healthspan category. This company is interesting. I think they also work with Andrew Huberman and Stacy Sims. So they're working with really influential people in the health and wellness space. And I think they have it all. They check a lot of boxes there. So I'm excited to see them at Newtopia. So we have some great collagen products also, which the collagen category is still performing really, really well. NBJ tracks this as part of specialty ingredients. So omegas, probiotics, collagen, and it really hasn't died down. But what has changed in the collagen space is that back to that idea of beauty and wellness being about more than just topical products, or more than just topical benefits, is that collagen now is really really viewed as multifunctional. So good for skin, but good for joints and performance and longevity and all of these things. So Cottage, multi-collagen peptides powder, they were an exhibitor last year at Newtopia. We really liked what they're doing. They're using grass-fed bovine collagen, bone broth, and wild-caught fish. So they're getting a blend of sources for the collagen, and also touting a range of benefits. And they say, like, you can scoop this into baked goods or smoothies. There's so many different ways to use it because it's a powder product that does not have a strong flavor. And so it's great to think about people incorporating it into other aspects of their wellness regimens.
Another one that Erica had pointed out to me is Ocean Blue. And they are an omega company. And I was asking her, like, well, I don't really understand, what's so interesting. And she's, well, this is really cool. The product that we feature in the magazine is the Everyday Omega-3. And these have EPA, DHA, and DPA. But the company also sells, speaking of systems and personalization, it sells these separate products. So you can get the DHA separately. I'm just saying all these initials. I don't really know what they mean, but just bear with me. Do I sound good?
You sound great.
But you can buy them separately, which I've never seen before. So different people can personalize their omega intake depending on what they want.
I really like that. Two more quick trends that I want to talk about. One is, Adrienne, I feel like we both love this one, the beauty as wellness ritual. So tying your beauty regimen to more kind of traditional practices or things that allow you to really take a breath, take a pause, and then having some of those products that are ingestible tied to that. So one of them is L chocolates. And these are probiotic bites, and they're just these beautiful, simple little chocolates that I think is just a way to think about your beauty and wellness regimen, is pop something in delicious every day and know that it's going to have these other benefits. Also knowing that probiotics are tied to skin health and that digestion is tied to overall wellness and energy in a lot of different ways. And then we have, what was the other one? Oh, yes, this is why I want to talk, because this is still going strong, but just this hormone-sensitive beauty benefits, which ties to women's health. So understanding that balancing hormones is really key to supporting overall beauty and wellness. And we have a cool company that represents another kind of demographic there. It was those pimple patches, and that's teens as well. So that's being affected. Teen skin is being affected by hormones, and that can happen at any stage. So what was the name of that company, Adrienne?
Just for Teens.
Just for teens. Yeah. And not a trend, but an ingredient to keep an eye out for is Shilajit.
Oh, I am so glad you went out on a limb and tried to say that. I didn't want to.
Shilajit. I feel like I've you're doing
great.
But this is staying on the hormone topic. We're really unraveling here, but we got to wrap it up. It is a hormone balancing ingredient. We're seeing it show up in a lot of women's health products. It can be used for men's health as well. And we're seeing it at Newtopia in both topical and ingestible products. So definitely crossing categories and breaking down barriers, Adrienne.
What more could you ask for?
It took a turn, but I think we covered everything.
But you brought it back.
Maddie will help us out with this one, right, Maddie?
As long as we stay on our good side.
Yeah. Well, what fun.
Rate and subscribe.
Come to Glow, check out Glow, all these great companies. Some of these companies were in Thrive, some were in Glow, and there's also going to be a salon in Glow.
Some were in Regenerate.
Some were in Regenerate, yes, they're all over the place. So there's beauty and wellness all over the place at Newtopia. But in the Glow neighborhood, you can get your hair done, you can get a headshot, you can check out our Keynote stage. We're going to have buyers in there talking about what they look for. There's going to be a lot of good stuff. And there's going to be a Glow dinner too. So reach out if you want to score an invite, Adrienne.
I want to go.
Yeah.
Who do I need to call?